So if you guys have been following along with me, know that I've been talking about themes of consciousness and how we start at the bottom through fear and guilt and shame, and we work our way up, leveling up our lives as we transcend these themes of consciousness. Now, my last video, I was talking about anger, how anger it stems from not having a purpose in life, feeling stagnant, shame, guilt, fear, and as we level up in our lives, so too does our level of consciousness. Thing is, man, anger is a powerful tool, but it needs to be contained, and it needs to be released and projected in a positive way. And it's hard to do because it's conflicting one another. Anger is something that naturally refers to as being a negative. But the thing is, man, like someone left me a comment saying anger is normal. Well, anger is normal when it's contained and when it's used efficiently. I mean, you get angry and you use that energy for ill will, which normally projects out as hate or violence or anything else. um, it never really serves its purpose. We eventually have to transcend past anger, and the next level of consciousness becomes pride. Now, pride, oh, hey, what could be wrong with pride? In itself, pride is a good thing. Pride gives you a sense of respect, worthiness. Pride sort of amplifies that you're doing well in life. Um, you feel proud of yourself for your accomplishments, and the thing is, that's only one end of the spectrum. On the other end of the spectrum, pride, if it's not used properly, can be an inflated sense of ego where a person thinks that I'm superior, I'm better, my life is the best, and they tend to look down on others who are not quite at their level. This is the thing, man. This is an inflated ego. And any people or anybody out there who has a strong sense of pride tends to uh, have a lack of respect for anybody else who doesn't seem to be on their level. Now, the thing is, man, we're all at different stages in our life, right? I mean, everybody goes through their trials and tribulations. Everybody grows differently. Everybody has to learn their lessons differently. And to look down on another person, regardless of where they are in their life, is very egotistic and is very prideful. Um, the thing is, if you get stuck in pride and you never elevate past that, you, in a sense, are one of those guys, look at me, and they always want to, one up the other person, right? If somebody goes out and does a certain thing, that person with a high sense of pride wants to one up that person so we feel superior to that guy or that person, right? And that's not really a good way to live, man. I mean, there's nothing wrong with pride in itself. I mean, it surpasses anger and hopelessness and fear and shame and guilt, right? We get out of those lower themes of consciousness, but if not used in a constructive way, pride is just very unattractive. It truly, truly is. And I know people who have very high sense of pride in themselves and what they've done in their lives and their accomplishments, and proud of themselves and proud of their kids and proud of everything else. Hey, man, that's all fine and dandy and good for you, good on you, I'm happy for you, man. But hey, once you start looking down on the other person, or once you start judging another person, which comes from pride, a lot of judging, right? You can't look as a person as equal in their own experience and their own evolution of life. They can't look at a person who has different aspects to life or different beliefs on life, you know, other than what they believe, right? You know, right away this person could be an asshole, right away this person could be a goof, or this person is this or this person is that because of what he believes, right? That comes from pride, man, and it ain't very cool at all. For me to transcend that pride, which I never really got stuck in pride whatsoever in my journey, because these levels go up and down depending on your state of consciousness. I mean, I've always uh, was one to root for the other team and say congratulations on, you know, your accomplishments and your wins in life and what you've done, and that's great, you know. But the thing is, man, that's as far as it goes, right? Even people who are sort of at the bottom of the barrel when it comes to financial abundance, and they don't have quite the amount of financial stability as another person would have. Maybe they live on a street. Maybe they're fucking just at that stage where that's where they want to be, and it's an easier route to go than to be, you know, submersed in the matrix of all things, where you're relying on an outside source for your own well-being. These people may know or have information that you may want if you're open enough to listen to them. The person with pride, they don't even want to listen, man. They just right away look down at the person and call them a piece of shit, right? That guy's a bum, spit on him, right? Like, it's just a very unattractive way to live, man. And this is what happens with pride. So once you transcend pride and realize that, you know, we're all the same, we're all equal in our own sense, that we all come from the same fucking fabric, man, right? This is when you start to understand that you're no better than the next person. Doesn't matter what you have, doesn't matter about your accomplishments, doesn't matter what you own. You're no better, man. So stop looking down on people who have less, thinking that they're a piece of shit compared to where you are in life because you have more material possessions. Material possessions don't make the man. I tell you that right now, man. It goes a lot deeper than that, and people soon come to realize that their pride may be getting in the way of their leveling up in life. That being said,